We're on the edge of a global catastrophic disaster. Human conflict, nuclear bombs, natural disasters, chemical and biological warfare. Without warning, the world as we know it can come to an end.
17 days ago, these volunteers entered a 10-week experiment designed to see if they can survive and rebuild after a simulated global disaster. Their world, constructed to mirror what survivors could experience if a viral outbreak left Los Angeles and the rest of the planet devastated. The volunteers' backgrounds and skill sets represent a cross-section of modern society. Their new home, a cordoned-off 80,000-square-foot warehouse near downtown Los Angeles.
All manufacturing plant is something.
Inside, they've been provided with limited tools, supplies, and food. They have no electricity, no running water, and no communication with the outside world. As part of the experiment, a gang of looters and thugs will attempt to compromise the colonists' resources and security. So far, the volunteers have focused on water, power, and creature comforts. But neglecting security left them open to attack.
How did we get up in the kitchen?
Because we didn't secure the back gate.
Now, they must focus on protection before a new threat
No guns to look.
tears them apart.
We're not geniuses.
That damn gym doesn't keep us alive.
You want to go to the mat and see how good the gym is?
It's day 17, and the colonists have suffered a restless night. 8 hours ago, as part of the experiment, a crew of marauders set up a distraction in the yard, while 2 thieves breached the colony's makeshift defenses in the back. To simulate the fight for resources in a real disaster, 2 days of food were stolen, shattering any sense of security. Now the colonists must assess the damage.
This was our weakest spot over here. We need to figure out what we're going to do out in that yard.
After a time, the colonists may begin to believe that any threat to their personal security becomes a real threat to their long-term survival. They'll try to protect themselves as if their lives were truly in danger.
If anything happens to one of us, it would be heartbreaking and sad. So to keep the 10 of us safe, to keep our food safe, and to keep our water safe is a priority. So security is up there, #1.
The marauders have instructions to not physically harm the colonists, but the colonists don't know that. And even with precautions, accidents happen.
Bloody. You can put it in again? This is one almost hit you in the head, huh?
As far as weaknesses go, I mean, the truth of the matter is you could drive a truck into this place. These people need to realize that we can be attacked every night.
Although he regrets his 6 years behind bars for drug trafficking, contractor Joey's jail time taught him about security.
I think my time in prison has prepared me for everything. It's just a part of who I am. So I'm just trying to analyze this place and maybe add a little bit of that knowledge to it. I'm working with what I can.
These projects need a foreman. I need their help, but I've been saying this, there's too much math, there's too much thinking, there's too much crap that's going on. And you know what? If I fail on this, we're screwed anyway.
Okay, we'll have to
we can talk about a lot of this and what happened and stuff like that, or we can get to work and do this.
I'm going to kind of take the lead on something here today.
Oftentimes, a crisis or traumatic experience will reveal who the true leaders are in any group.
What's on the board this week is security. okay? And something I've wanted to have on the board for a while, and I think we've been, you know, putting that off. That's what we're doing this week, okay? So I'm appointing myself the boss on this, plain and simple, okay?
Joey stepping up to bat and saying, you know what, I'll be the security guy, I'm the one that's going to do it, this is my main concern, this is what I do. I agree because he was always discussing this from the very beginning, from the very get-go.
As far as security goes, there's really 3 parts that I see to it. We need to secure the building better, okay? 2 is weapons. There are so many things in here we can use as weapons, from bombs to, you know, the flamethrowers to just a basic good old-fashioned friggin' shank, broadsword, shields. It's time to get back also to the Dark Ages, okay? Because it works. And then the 3rd one is, Leilani, I know you've been working with some people as far as self-defense. We are most vulnerable when we are out there, okay? That's once we are secure in here, when we step out there, that's when I honestly feel like we're at the most risk. Okay, so I think we know it's time to bust some and let's get this place secured.
Without police or military, survivors must defend their resources and their lives by any means possible.
The colonist plan is to divide and conquer Joey's list of security projects. Over the next few days, most of the group will focus on building weapons, while trainer Leilani will build a gym and take the lead on teaching self-defense. Handyman Mike and machinist John will try to repair the broken-down 5-ton truck and turn it into an escape vehicle. As part of the experiment, the volunteers are confined to the warehouse compound. But 10 days ago, they decided to repair the truck, hoping it will drive them out of the colony's bleak urban setting.
It's big enough to bring the stuff that we have because I'm not leaving some of this stuff behind.
It could carry all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be one bad battle wagon.
What they don't know yet is that details of a possible escape route will be revealed later in the experiment.
I know, this truck is gonna work.
I'm glad you have confidence in me, because I don't.
Across the main warehouse, John C. does some inventory before planning his first weapons build.
I want a couple of big projects that I need to own that actually work to my own specialty, my love of science. And I was dreaming about a flamethrower idea that I'm hoping to build.
If you were to light something at the end of a piece of propane, you could get a pretty good feather, but it won't go very far.
Right.
This will give a big puff of flame.
John's going to build a propane-fueled flamethrower with the help of a solenoid valve he found in the warehouse.
A solenoid valve is an electromechanical switch that opens rapidly when charged with an electric current.
Hook up this barrel. We want it long enough, you're able to jam it through a window. We'll have a handle here with a trigger. The business end of this thing will be out like that, and you'll be able to kind of articulate it a little bit and move it around and hopefully fire it over the marauders' heads, and if they don't back off, you fire it at them.
While John C. works on the flamethrower, engineer Vlad is working on an explosive weapons idea of his own.
This is going to be implemented into a type of a bomb, if you wish, which would be normally like a claymore mine.
Unlike most bombs, claymores are directional. This allows them to be positioned strategically and fired safely.
And we're going to put them in the strategic areas.
A typical claymore mine is filled with dangerous shrapnel, but Vlad's got a non-lethal recipe: flour and water.
Remember, bread, not
This
bombs.
is,
Bread, not bombs. Bread, not bombs.
You cannot have bread unless you have bombs.
You can't make bombs unless you eat bread.
Vlad's ready to test his design.
We're ready?
Yeah. This is the ideal thing, right like this here. Watch this, everybody. The gas is escaping, guys, so... See? Guys, be ready, okay? Be ready.
We've been ready. That was scary. For you to get ready.
The colonists are taking the security issue lightly.